For more on this, we're joined live by a correspondent there, Sandra Gathman in Nicosia. Sandra, not long to go before the banks in Cyprus reopen, people there must be very keen to get access to their savings after 2 weeks of this closure. Do you see any queues in front of banks? Is there a tense atmosphere there?
Well, as you can see behind me, there are no queues forming yet, but it does feel a bit like a countdown. The world's press have gathered around me. There are dozens of cameras here from all corners of the globe on the front lines of what they expect to see some action once banks do reopen their doors. Just behind me, we've got the Bank of Cyprus, the nation's largest bank, as well as the Laiki Bank, which faces closure. We do expect to see people flock to these premises at some point during the day to try and carry out everyday transactions that will bring back some sense of normality. Residents and businesses here haven't been able to pay or receive salaries, for instance, and that short window between 12 and 6, we may see people try and get to banks to carry those out.
What about the more long-term effects of this? Surely we can imagine that at some point these restrictions must be lifted. Is the government there not concerned that what the residents then will want to do? They want to take their money out, and 300 euros a day, would that be enough?
Well, for some it won't be enough. I suspect that these 7-day-long strict controls that the Finance Minister Michalis Saris has decided to impose for the next week will be loosened after a week's time when they review just how much these banks and the economy here can sustain under these strict restrictions. The bigger question is how long even the loosening capital controls will stick around for. The concern among economists worldwide that have been observing decision-making so far here in Cyprus say that there's a risk that the euro here in Cyprus that's unable to move out of the country will be seen as an inferior currency, and that'll be of severe detriment to the euro as a whole and really impact its integrity.
Thanks so much for the report there, Sandra, from Nicosia of Cyprus.